Hey guys, it's Game Freak 10,001 with part 1 of Megaman X3, and then guys, this is, hey guys, it's Game Freak 1001 with the new LP, and this time I am playing Megaman X3, but I am not playing the SNES version, just to let you know. I'm playing the PC version. This is the opening cutscene for the PC version. Basically, this is the one they put on X Collection. I'll let you guys watch this cutscene, even though I normally wouldn't. So I'm not a huge fan of cutscenes. Really, I don't watch them very often, even though this game is going to have a lot of them. Especially after you beat certain bosses, or every time there's a special event, there's going to be a cutscene about it. Now this is, as you can see, this is based off X. That's X, and he's using one of them dragon things to kill Launch Octopus. And now it's X2, and he's running away from the fire. Even though I have no idea how you can run away from fire that fast. And this is the X2. That's the Sigma Temple. With Violin, Agile, and Surges. And Vile. Apparently they combined everything from X to X3, X and X2 into one long cutscene, apparently. Now, this cutscene is probably really good. Probably the best one you're gonna run into. And why can't you do that in a game? Apparently Megaman can get instant armor. Apparently. And in this, it'll show the Sigma Sword is a lot longer than it was before. For some reason, he just gains an upgrade. And he changes to X2 Sigma, which is weird. I have no idea how someone can change from a first X game to a second X game. And that's the intro to X3 shows all these bosses.
Oh, I'm getting another cut.
This is better than the other version. As you can see, it says Capcom 1995-1996. And now we get the actual thing from the actual game. Using his neurocomputer, he has been able to suppress any abnormal behavior in the Reploids and prevent them from going berserk. Many of the most advanced Reploids have gathered near their new mentor and founded Doppler, a perfect utopian community. With Dr. Doppler guiding them, the world seemed ready to enter a new golden age. After a few months, this one starts turning dark. The Mavericks, who were supposed to have been neutralized by the neurocomputer, suddenly appeared and began to riot. At Maverick Hunter headquarters, all the intelligence indicated that Dr. Doppler was the mastermind behind the invasion. Soon the call went out to X and Zero to destroy the invading Mavericks and to bring Dr. Doppler to justice. Maverick Hunter X and Zero dispatch. Maverick Hunter X and Zero dispatch. A few hours later, emergency contact was made by the headquarters of Maverick Hunter. This is the headquarters of Maverick Hunter. We are under attack from the Doppler force. All units return to base immediately and return fire. Now we get the same thing again, but now we're actually going to start the game. And we get this intro, and we get another cutscene. And this one's more in depth with how they're destroying the city. And for the longest time, I thought those were like, I used to think those were aiding the Doppler base for a long time. And that's it. X, I'll clear out the enemies out here. You go ahead and deal with the ones inside. Now this is the intro stage of X3. Now the original is one of my favorites, the original theme of this. Now I used to not like the PC version music, but it grew on me and I eventually started liking it. Now, if you remember me saying, this is the first game where you get to play as Zero, but it's not an actual thing. This is where it begins. Wait, Mac, where have you been? This is the game has Mac, a virus-free computer who likes to steal Megaman. You're far too trusting, X. I'm now a member of Doppler's army. You find in addition to our forces once you haven't shown the true destiny of the Rebel race. Now it looks like he's going to be a reoccurring villain. He's not going to be a reoccurring villain in any of the games. As you can see now, he plays Zero. Now trust me, his original theme is a lot better in the SNES version. That's why I still keep my ROM on my computer in case I want to actually play the actual X3 version. Because I do miss the music for that version, so I do play it every once in a while. But mostly I play this because, yeah, it's a lot easier trying to play the other one. Now, I recently created an account and started writing stories about, like, Pokemon-related stuff. It's on DeviantArt. I joined DeviantArt, and I'm under the username DragoniteFan1996 if you want to check it out. Now, as you can see, if you want to check it out, my friend Lucario, the War Lover, check him out too. He's gotten me so many watchers so far that it's ridiculous, and I've gotten so many welcomes and things from like most of his friends, I think. No, not most of them, like 9 of them, but it's still good. And with this, we're going to fight the first boss of X3. The most ridiculous one ever, since it takes me 30, since all I have to do is sit and do this. And Buster shots always do a heavy amount of damage to the first boss. Let's see how much it does. He's got a much better health. It does like 4 bars of damage with a full charge shot, which later we get a better charge shot in this game, which is a lot better. And if you're wondering what my story on DeviantArt was, it's called Pokemon Chaos Control, and it's a story series, but I haven't worked on it. I need to put the bios up today and write chapter 2 of it. Because I need to continue in it. Now, what boss are we going to start with? I'm going to start with him. Now his cutscene takes place in some ice place, which I think is where he sells things. I'm not sure whether he sells stuff. He likes to make statues of himself, and they also spell his name wrong. It's Blizzard Buffalo. It's supposed to be Blizzard Buffalo. They're the one who made that mistake. But as you know, there's always a lot of spelling mistakes in games. Zelda being one of them, the first one. Zelda has had some of the most old spelling mistakes, like a bunch of older games. It says like ones who does not have the Triforce can't go in, and various other things. Now, if you're wondering if I'll continue my Zelda LP that's still on my channel and I only did part 1 and completely abandoned it, those are 2 LPs that I may continue later, but I'm probably going to restart them if I do. There's no mini boss here yet, but we'll get to fight one later. Now, if you guys want me to continue Super Mario World, just leave a comment. I'll be glad to. I'll be glad to continue Super Mario World. But I have to get my Super Nintendo slash Nintendo system set up in my room, which it'll be whenever my dad gets to it. My dad takes a while to do things, so it'll just be a while. Now, I may consider start doing Wi-Fi battles of Pokemon Black. I may start doing Wi-Fi battles of Pokemon Black. So if you want to request one, if you want me to do battles, just say yes. Now, if you're wondering where we are, this is where we get the leg dash upgrade of this game. He's just gonna say stuff like you can move left, straight, and right in the air. Now, you will see a new thing that we couldn't do in X2. This is the improved air dash. We can dash up, we can dash right, left, and up. We can actually dash up now by pressing up and circle. We still have the capabilities of the original dash armor, but we can do a few new things. Now, if I die on this boss, it's because of the stupid, it's the controls. Now, we don't have charge shot yet, so we don't need to use this trick yet. As you can see, I've already taken damage because of the controls for the game. It's annoying because number one, since I have to press all four buttons at once in order to charge my shot and jump and dash all at the same time. In order to charge up my shot, I have to press all 4 buttons at the same time, which is kind of hard to do. I may look good at it, but it's not an easy task to press 4 buttons at once, and well, technically 5 if you count the directionals. Because I do not like having to use 4 buttons. Now what I wondered is, does Blizzard Buffalo or Blizzard Buffalo sell any of his art on eBay? Because I would love to get some his sculptures of himself. I wonder if he makes them and sells them. That would be an interesting job, even though I wouldn't do it myself. Yeah, maybe I should open up a business selling Blizzard Buffalo's art, and saying, haha, I tricked you, your art sucks. trick him by saying his art sucks. I'll be like, I thought you thought my art was good. I'll be like, guess what? I lied. And I died again. I'm actually better at this game on the SNES version. I'll be like, hey, you're the one who decided to be stupid and agree to a deal that you didn't sign a contract for. But guess what? I would say, tough luck. It's your fault. Shouldn't have signed a deal with somebody that you couldn't trust. Now we'll bring back the concept I brought in my Megaman Italicized Megaman 3 hack LP. Is Megaman a crackhead? Now I strongly agree on that topic that he is one. Because yeah, I'm pretty sure he's hallucinating. Because he took some shrooms. I'm pretty sure he's hallucinating. If he is hallucinating, then he's crazy. And he needs to go to rehab. I'm not sure if Megaman has tried shrooms before, but I don't think he has. Most of the time, rephrase that, I think he's probably tried shrooms before. Pretty sure Sigma did too. Now with this weapon we get the Frost Shield, which completely breaks one of the bosses in this game. So we'll be fighting that boss shortly. And if you're wondering what his weakness is, it is the Parasite Bomb, which we will get later in the game, just not now. Next, we're going to do this stage, with probably my favorite boss cutscene. I don't know why this is my favorite cutscene, it just is. And now we're fighting Toxic Seahorse, and they spelled it right. Now we start with a sewer stage. Now, of course, you're probably wondering how they fund all this. Exactly how do they plan to fund an operation that costs this much money? Do you have any idea how much this would cost in real life? Probably costs billions of dollars. I don't see how Sigma is able to afford it. Then he probably kills. He's probably a loan shark that has crazy amounts. Like asks them to loan $4 million, and then they do stupid and do the same, and they follow Sigma. I mean, seriously, Sigma is similar to Dr. Wily. How does he have enough money to fund all this? And exactly how do the robots just happen to find random places to go to and gain access to them? I mean, seriously, like, Megaman logic doesn't even make sense. I mean, it's like all game logic. It doesn't make sense at all. And no mini boss here, which after we beat this boss, yes, we will get the, and after this mini boss, we'll get the option to beat 2 bosses, which will change the game. I forgot to say that this game, depending on which bosses you defeat, which I will reveal later, will change the way the bosses go later in the game when we get on to Sigma stages. Now we got a really strong current here forcing us to go to the bottom. It's Normally, I do not take the bottom path. I take the top path all the time. Or try to, at the least. That's where air dash, that's another instance where air dash is useful. You don't actually have to jump. Now we're going to fight a relatively easy mini-boss. People say this game is the hardest. It's really not. It's actually a really easy X game. I like X6. They say it's hard, but it's not really. It's actually easier than they think. It's just they take it from people that suck and put it on the internet. And I find it funny how in X everything blows up in the exact same pattern every single time. Tell me how. How does several things blow up at the same time? All in the same second. I mean, shh. Now how can several things blow up all at the same second? Now at the same second, now they blow up. Now back to what I was saying. Sorry for the little interruption. But exactly how does everything in the X world blow up in approximately the same way every single time? Apparently it's regulated to blow up at the exact same time every single time. As you can see, we have a weapon that breaks this boss. It will keep doing the same thing over and over again, making this a joke. He always jumps on the spike. This spike would be pretty much the same thing without it. But it will almost be the same thing. Sorry, my dog's being annoying and barking. As I said before, you can see that weapon breaks him. And now we get the Acid Burst, which is a fairly decent weapon in this game. It's not the best, but it's useful. It's weak to a certain number of bosses, which helps in a way, but not very much. Now we get the Doppler cutscene. That's Sigma's new body that he's working on. That's all it shows. And then it shows the actual thing. He is the Maverick Hunter I failed to catch last time. I had no idea that he is so powerful. Bit and bite. And those are bit and bite. Too many bosses we get to fight later. Bring that Maverick Hunter to me, alive if possible. Affirmative, Dr. Doppler. And now we get a mysterious Maverick. I wonder who it is. Alive, Dr. Doppler. You are so kind. Watch your mouth or I'll put you back where I found you. Even with your enhancements, you are still no match for me. Thanks for the upgrade, Doctor, but I have a score to settle. And I'll do it my way. Fine, just make sure you do it. I still can't believe that Maverick Hunter defeated my master twice in the past. And what we unlock from that is abilities to fight mini-bosses in the game. Now occasionally Bit and Bite will show up in a stage and you will have to fight them. I will reveal what happens later in like Sigma stages if I get to that during this video, which I probably won't. Probably beat like 2 or 3 bosses and then yeah. But hopefully I do get to it, which would be a great thing. But I probably won't. 99% probably won't, because I have to go back and collect items after I get a certain item, and that's going to take a while. Collecting all the items in X.
I got a gun!
Getting the items in X takes a while. Hopefully we don't get a bitten bite fight. Hopefully we don't get bit. Yay, we did get a bitten bite fight. More than likely, if I get a bit fight, I'm gonna die. Bite, I'm not going to. For some reason, bite is extremely easy to me. And yet, bite is meant to be harder than bit. But to me, it's like, oh, he's easy. He's nothing. I don't know why I have such an easy time with bit. Oh, I'm gonna show you something. You go down here, there's a Vial Capsule, but to get the Zero Saber for this LP, we're not going to be Vial until we get the Race Blaster, which we will get later from Tiger. Now what we're going to have to do is a special maneuver, dashing up. And not dashing and stop hitting me. Gonna have to do a special maneuver where we dash up. Or, to make it easier, you can do that. Which the first time I did that, I will admit that I did it. Wall jumping off the wall and trying to get it, which was actually a harder way to get it. And now we have a update. Next boss we're going to fight is Tunnel Rhino. And his cutscene is him just drilling. That's about it. Now we start Tunnel Rhino stage. As you can see, you're already noticing a huge difference from my X2 LP compared to my X3. As you notice, X3 took a X2 took a very long time to get all the upgrades. X2 took a long time to get the upgrades. This time, thankfully, it won't take as long. In case you're wondering, that's where the heart tank is, which we cannot access until we get Crush Crawfish's weapon. Now these will push you onto the ground. First, I didn't think they did anything, but watch. See, they immediately push you on the ground. And I can't believe that up. From a stupid enemy, too. Return to game. We're just going to continue this. I'm not going to watch cutscene again since we already did. Now, I want you guys to comment. Do you think Megaman is a crackhead? Yes or no? I think he is, plainly, and he's probably taking shrooms and hallucinating. Because how does this all happen? Either Megaman's on shrooms and he's actually a hobo on the street who thinks he's a robot, or or something like that. Or there could be another factor. Megaman is a drunk. There's several factors that I can come up with of how I would think Megaman was high, but I'm not going to go over all of them in this video. I will just tell a life story, something that happened. Now, what happened at school is that me and my friends were just having fun, and then one of my friends decides to be annoying. And great, I'm gonna die. We get to fight Bit. Who I'm horrible at, just to let you know. I don't know why I'm doing well. I question the fact why I'm doing well. Because I suck at him. Now it takes I think it's going to take a couple of tries to beat him at the least. But if I beat him, then yeah, feel accomplished. Now his weakness is Frost Shield, in case you're wondering. Which I will demonstrate what it does. It doesn't do any damage. He just hits it so frequently that it does damage to him. He's gonna appear again. You may think that he's not gonna appear again, but he will. He appears till you fail the stage, which is when we will fill up our one sub-tank we have. Now, there's one thing I haven't told you guys about. I was thinking about starting oh yeah, I think I already talked about that. Starting a Nuzlocke run of Heart Gold or a Nuzlocke run of White. I finally got, the guy I asked for the Kyogre, I finally got it. It's level 70 and it's a Japanese Kyogre. And it is a very valuable member to my team. It knows of sheer cold. It's level 70. I have to level it up to where it can use I'll test it on I'll test Kyogre on another Pokemon. One that's preferably weaker than one that's weaker than Kyogre. One that's like at least level 50. So that's the kind of Pokemon I run into now. The trick is to divert Bit to where he will hit your things that you drop. Eventually he will continue to hit them. He will. So if you miss one time, don't worry. You can hit him 2 times, the exact same exact same spike by using a trick, and apparently I died. We need to take no damage before we get to him. I'm trying not to take any damage before I get to him for a certain reason, because I want to beat him. As you can see, I have trouble with Bit. Oh yeah. My DeviantArt account is Dragonite Fan 1996. I've been getting a lot of help on there and various other things. There's one thing I must talk about. I must change. I'm thinking about switching my recording schedule around to where I don't do videos when I just feel like it. I do videos either every day or every other day. Which I'm pretty sure you guys would like. If you guys want me to do daily videos, just say so, and I'll do it, and I'll try to do daily videos. kids. I'm gonna go use acid burst on them. For some weird reason, I think acid burst has a high chance of dropping health. But all we're doing is just taking more damage. We need to go farm for health, apparently. She's gonna go back down and fight these things because they get a lot of health. Go up, and exit the screen and go back. There's our health. One thing of health, which is what we get. Another thing of small health, even though it's small health, it helps a lot, especially when you're fighting a boss. Like in a boss fight, one hit can make a huge difference. If you guys are wondering how my Final Fantasy is going, I have 4 party members. This is the NES version, by the way. I have 4 party members, and I am on Chaos right now. And that's what's been going on in Final Fantasy. Now, I've heard numerous things. It's recommended you don't choose a red mage in your first playthrough of the game. But however, I like red mage, so that's it. That's a must for me. Red mage is one of my more favorite people of the Final Fantasy classes because he can learn both black and white magic, therefore making him a very useful asset to any party. Whether you're in a die again, great. Whatever, we have an opportunity to take no damage now. Which, judging by how long it's taking now, I don't think we're going to get to the Sigma. We might reach maybe half the bosses if I'm lucky. Don't take damage, Megaman. However, I would like to reach the Sigma stages in 2 or 3 parts, not like Megaman X2, where it was like 5 parts later. Hey, I'm finally finished with the game, which was technically 5 hours of gameplay. And 5 hours on a Megaman game is ridiculous. It does not take me that long to beat this one. This one takes me about, if I'm doing great, it takes about an hour and a half. If I'm doing horrible, which is not today, it takes at least several hours.
Right?
And I knew we were going to fight him. If we get lucky, we'll beat him. But with toxic and so much damage, and I died again. Great. I'll be spending the next... I've heard talking in the background. It's my brother's friend and him talking. Forgot to tell you that. Just ignore it. If you hear it, just ignore it and pretend like it didn't happen. still do get really mad over interruptions like you see in other videos.
Right?
If you remember the back in my Megaman 4 LP, and my mom wanted me to stop it, and I said no, and problems arise, if you remember. Which now we are ready to actually fight Bit with full health and full energy. Hopefully in this battle we will win this time. Try to get as much hits on him as I can. Get him equal hits to how many hits he gets on me. Which means if he gets 7, I get 7. If he gets 8, I get 8. Which I don't even think we last 8 hits, so we have to defeat him before then he kills me. As you can see, it's a lot better like second time around. Still gotta get him on the bottom side. So that's a lot. It does a fair amount of damage, the frost shield. Does about as much as your buster would do charged up, but it's alright. 2 health. And Bit is dead. This Reploid's special abilities are 2. No, it can't be. Gah! And with that, we have one of the two mini bosses defeated. I'm a lot better than I was the first time I fought him. First time I wanted to beat him, I had to use numerous save states and numerous failures, and I died, but that doesn't matter. I died for a certain reason, to get back full health, because I don't want to do this part with only 2 health. Since the next part we will be fighting another mini boss as well, but this mini boss is easier than Bit. And like every mini boss in X, it has a specified pattern that we're going to have to use to defeat it. That's the good thing about the Megaman game. That's the good thing about patterns in the Megaman games. Most of them are simple, so you can understand them. Most of them are just simple patterns that don't take very long to memorize. Unless you're me, which I take a while to memorize anything. Except for school-related things, which is weird. Playing games is what I remember. Now, the most X games I remember where everything is X1 through X4. Since I've beaten all 4 of those games, I've beaten every single X game, X1, X2, X3, X4, X5, X6. I beat X6 as 0, which was not very hard, but kind of challenging, specifically because of the Sigma stages. Back when I was about to fight Gate. Now Gate was very easy. Most of you who say Gate is hard, he's not. X6 is not that hard of a game, it's just some of the stages are. I would have to admit that the game does get an intense jump in difficulty. Toward the end it becomes a whole lot harder than it was before. Gaining where it does that. Gaining the thing to where it goes from having literally no spikes everywhere. That is kind of a huge jump. We're struggling to live. And we die, which means we're gonna have to fight the mini boss again. Great, we get to do the whole stage again. That's so fun. But we'll save since we got 2 and beat 1 boss. I'm hoping that at least in this video I can beat 3 bosses. Every video I'm hoping for 3 bosses. Hoping for 3 bosses every video. Now after this video, I'm probably going to write my story. I'm going to check some messages. I'm going to write my story on DeviantArt, so starting with the bios of the characters, which is going to be a pretty easy thing to do. All I have to do is explain about like characters, their backgrounds. It's not very hard to do. I decided to do that rather than a chapter that just gives background information, which is a lot better than doing a chapter that has background information, because I want the chapters to be exciting. People say that it's good, and people say that they want it to be continued. I want to keep it that way. Be back in a second. Hey guys, sorry for the delay for a second. Had to go to the bathroom because, yeah, if I didn't go, something bad would happen. I don't think there's any mini bosses we have to fight here. Yep, we already beaten 1, but there's another one though. The big fat one fight is left. With the big fat one being left, the big fat one, you would think he was harder, but to me he's easier. And he is, even though he probably is a more formidable opponent than Bit. Bit reminds me of Agile. I think Agile is almost the same thing, except with the sword. He's not dashing. He's using the long sword slash that he uses in X2 a lot. X3, there is a boss that uses a lot of sword slashes, but in a bonus video I will do that boss. Either in this LP or in a bonus video where I will show off the alternate bosses. What happens if you beat a certain boss, what happens if you don't beat a certain boss. I will do a bonus video for this. Since bonus videos are only like 5 minutes long and they don't take very long to do, so I think that'll be it. I'm thinking about posting another hack update video of how my Pokemon hack's doing, and just to let you guys know, Pokemon Freeze Gold, I'm currently editing text. The game, when the beta is released in like a month, it will just be edited up to before Kanto. So all the gym leaders up to Kanto are edited. I must warn you, they do get to level 100 around the gym leaders. The gym leaders do get to level 100 around the Elite Four, so I will warn you. I will warn you that
today when Daddy gets home, Mommy, I'm gonna help him make my gun look better. Like, make it tactical.
Say later I will do something about. Tell the the dog to shut up before I kill it? Sorry about that. My dog is being extremely annoying. And it looks like I said we are going to be 3 losses today. This boss will be pretty much me doing the same.
Are you videoing? Pat my dog on the head before you leave. Okay.
Now we get to fight this boss, which you can fight with the Buster or the Acid Burst, which when I'm on the boss fights, I may fight the bosses with the Buster just to show how hard it is to beat them with the Buster, which some bosses are easy. Now, as you notice, his half-health pattern is when he turns, he starts flashing. What that does is you cannot hit him during that phase, can't even hit him with the Acid Burst, and he will just dash toward you. This game probably has, once they get to half health, this game focuses on the more once the bosses get to half health, they start doing more damage, and I mean they have a different pattern. And now we get the tornado thing, which is probably one of the worst weapons of the game. It is used to get some upgrades, but it's not a weapon we're really going to use. We're really only going to use it on one boss, which we will fight soon. But for now, we're going to collect 2 more upgrades. I'm going to go to Neon Tiger stage and get the upgrade for the Buster, which we won't be fighting Neon Tiger until he gets weakness, because I want to show off his weakness. Now this is pretty simple. Right here, you do this. What they don't tell you is that if you press square 2 times, it will split into 3 of them. Therefore being more effective at doing damage, which I like. If you want to make this easier, you can destroy them all, which is what I'm going to do. And we get another heart tank. And with that, we save. Press start button to enter the save mode. Enter Quakestar. Which now, since we've done that, we're going to go into his stage real quick and get the Buster upgrade. I'll show his cutscene. It's just him cutting down robot trees. That's Neon Tiger. Neon Tiger's cutscene. I'm so scared. Now his music in the PC version, this is one of my more favorites of the PC version. I like Neon Tiger's theme, so... We're gonna end up using those dragonflies to get up there, so... Might as well jump on it. Dragonflies, we're going to be using these to get up to where we need to go. Which eventually, yes, we're going to need, we could do that. No, I forgot it's the next area that has that, not this one. Those things will fire like wooden spikes at you, not the dragonflies, but the other ones that you just saw. And air dash makes this a whole lot easier. As you can see, there's stuff up there, which we get access to now. I wonder if Megaman is charged for trespassing. Because don't forget, it's their property still, Megaman. You're treading on their property. They can still sue you. And now we get our third sub-tank. I'm just going to use it because I'm too lazy to actually, I'm too lazy to actually defeat them, so I'm just going to use this. And now we have to find a wall where we can get access to these things will die. These things will die in an instant with the frost shield. Has to do many other enemies die instantly with the frost shield. Now here we use the tornado thing. Now don't fall down. As you can see, there's instant death spikes down there. So if you were to fall, you would die. And with this, we get the Buster upgrade, which allows us to charge all our weapons and to shoot two charge shots at once, like Dr. Light said. And now we get one of the best upgrades in X3, the Buster upgrade. He will show you that it doesn't tell you, but if you charge it up to this right here and then tap square 2 times before it shoots, it will fire a huge shot, which does a lot of damage. And that's what he meant by double shot, which I don't care if we die because we have the Buster upgrade. But that's what Dr. Light meant by double shot. As you can see, look, we can set it to any degree. Let me see. I want to see if you can fire it far away. And then press square. See, look, we can use it whenever we want. Isn't that great? Now we have a manipulative weapon that's going to kill everything. But of course, yeah, you'll see me using the regular Buster shot a lot too. I always do. I just have a habit of doing that. It's called dashing up. Which there is an armor piece we can get in this, but we're not going to get that. Because of a special armor we get later, which you will find out about. Know that. Which means we want to have to test it. There we go. It looks like we're repeating the same thing, but we're not. I'm not even realistically trying right now, just to be honest. Now we go down into the inner sanctums of his lair. And how much health do we have? We have none. But at the least, we'll attempt to defeat if there's a boss in here. Oh, this boss, the mini-boss for his stage. This mini-boss can be, it's kind of hard, but not very hard. As I say, every boss in the game, they're not that hard. They're easy. They do, some of them do take a while to memorize, but not very many of them. As you can see, these hockey things do 1 damage and don't really hurt you at all, because yeah, they're not very hard to deal with. And with that, I'm just going to die to end this LP. To end this LP for now. So guys, again, for 2001, that's part 1 of